What's up, y'all? It's Kimmy Coco, and you are watching Live Hip Hop Daily. I need to tell you, we have a special guest today. One half of one of my favorite all-time hip hop groups, the Fly Gemini from Bed-Stuy, y'all. TEK of SMIF and WESSUN. Wherever you're at, stop what you're doing, clap. Clap, stand up, clap, clap. Okay. Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank you.
I want to start from the beginning because I need to just get to where we're at now. But we're going to start from the beginning. You guys, TEK and Steel, Smith and Wesson, a.k.a. the Coco Brothers. We're going to talk about why y'all had to change your name and all of that. But let's start from the beginning. How did you meet Steel?
How did we meet? Let's take you back. Oh, thanks for the flowers.
Okay, I gave him flowers.
She gave us our flowers.
Because I know you give flowers now. We have had so much tragedy recently. We have lost so many of our icons. And when I tell you, like, I follow them. I go to the shows. I support everything because it's like, if we don't, who will? You know what I mean? So if you ever listen to Roses, one of the great albums that they did, Monumental. Is that what album Roses is on?
Yeah, Monumental.
Produced by Pete Rock, another one of my favorites. Shout out to Pete Rock. Yo, give them their flowers while they're still alive. These guys just have so much messaging in their music. They fucking raised me. And they raised some of y'all too. But we gonna get into that. So let's start from the beginning.
Well, met Steel through our family that we're connected with through. If you ever heard the Shine and you hear Big Ol' Pimp, that's Cookie Head from Brevoy Projects, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, my side of town. And with our brother KD's Kenneth Montgomery, one of the best lawyers that's out there rocking and getting people they just do respect and freedom and things like that. But Cook and our other brother, rest in peace, Rambo, introduced us right around the beginning of high school. Like coming out of junior high, going to high school, we went to graphic arts communications together, printing on 49th Street 50th, down the block from Park West in Manhattan.
I'm sure all you Brooklyn heads is like, yeah, because my man, you know.
Yeah, they know. That was Cybertron for D-Sep. So we had Low Lifes in there, rest in peace, oh man. We had Billy Bob in there, we had Barlow, we had so many different aspects of the culture that was in there. Right. And
all those people probably in their own way contributed to the culture, not necessarily through rapping.
Nah, that was through fashion, music. Yeah. Boosting Billy, it was so much going on in printing that it was his own planet. We went to school with Craig G. Craig G from Juice Crew went there. Rakim would come up there. Gemini, the Gifted One, went there. Our man Cyclonus. It was an incredible time. So from the beginning of junior high school up till now, even some little before that, we've been rocking. Like most of the boot camp, well, all of the boot camp really is from Brownsville. Besides me and Buck. Buck is from FAP, which is Crown Heights, and I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, the other side. So it was always really feuding between those sides of Brooklyn, and we was like some of the first to come together. It was older heads, the older generations that was getting money out in the streets together from Brownsville, East New York.
But y'all came across back then, like, okay, you guys might not know this now, but people were different. Like, there was like a backpack kind of. There was like the get money dudes, and then there was like the stick up dudes.
Buck was the originator of the backpack, man.
Buckshot is the originator. If you ever hear of backpack rap, check out.
Who got the props?
Check out Black Moon's original album, some of the beginning works. Check out the style. First of all, you are one of the best dressed guys in hip hop. People probably don't know this because you don't be like flashy with it, but low key. No, like you'll be at the bar and he'll TEK will pop up and he'll just have like just some fly shit Oh, and you like he's so humble and like okay, right now he is on the t-shirt. Show them the shirt. This is his new album. We gonna get into that.
Priceless merch.
They have we gonna get into that later, but you pop up and you just see this like guy with like the hat is like perfectly tilted. That is a skill. Then the shoe like it's always fly. Timberlands is a part of hip hop culture because of y'all.
Yeah, I heard that. They ain't cut no checks.
Would you agree, her? Yes.
They inspired the camouflage.
True.
That whole camouflage Timberland. The only reason why I don't have mine on today because it's like 80 degrees, but I was gonna wear my Timberlands.
Yeah, we hear that argument all the time. The camouflage, who started it with Tim's, and of course, boot camp. We was there.
Click.
Yeah, but
did Timberland ever give y'all any money?
Hell no, they ain't bust up no bags, no checks or nothing.
I
got a couple of free cheeses from them though, a couple of free wear boots. But
y'all, Timberland owes these guys a huge check.
Reparations.
This is the thing about early hip hop that I regret, and we're gonna get back into how y'all guys met and bring it up to now.
Yeah,
but
do your thing.
Real quick, this is the thing that another thing I have a problem with is how hip hop was free publicity for all the labels.
Right.
Back then, like Lil Kim, Biggie,
all we was really walking billboards for them. But again, it was the collaboration what made it who everybody was or how it was. Like just the all right, again, just taking it back to high school. That was something that we wore, which was polo or Tommy Hilfiger or the black colleges t-shirt, the shirts, joints.
Right.
That was just the way we normally dress.
And don't forget, we talking about the era of boosting, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Boosting, if you ever see any of those movies that talk about the low lives and just like how polo became a part of the culture, boosting was a thing. I'm gonna leave it there. Y'all go do your research on that. But Brooklyn was known for that. Coming from Jersey, I think Brooklyn, everything the five boroughs. So we kind of looked at y'all from the other side of the river like, remember, we over here too, you know what I mean? And so a lot of us wouldn't even go there because you hear stories like, yo, you know, such and such went to a party in Brooklyn and he came back like
y'all ain't the only one. Niggas from Uptown wasn't even there. From New York wouldn't even come to Brooklyn. But it was yeah, niggas from Uptown Queens did not cross that bridge. But I mean, unless you had that hold on that family member in Brooklyn, or for any borough that was doing it like that, you know, it was time. Like I just hated traveling all the way to Staten Island, but I had family out there.
Staten Island is not far from Brooklyn.
Everything is far from Brooklyn, man. Everything. Brooklyn is its own entity.
That's true.
I would still venture to Queens and Harlem and be all over the place up there with my man Branson. Shoot out to Queens, fuck around the bridge for a little bit, 40 Baisley. Out there, salute Flush.
So y'all never came to Jersey for nothing?
Yeah, I used to fuck around in Jersey sometimes, a little bit. I was rocking with my man Big Inf out in Trenton. That's like, you know, a place that Trenton is a place that raised me a little bit too. I learned a lot fucking around in Trenton.
Yeah.
My man Big DS, rest in peace. A lot of people out in Trenton, man. So I fucked around with Jersey.
So y'all were in high school together. So you guys were not too long out of high school in 94 when y'all singles first started dropping, right? 94, 95?
Well, when it first started dropping for Buck, we was still in high school, really. We was on like our ending years of about to graduate, but we was still attending school when Buck was Who Got the Props first dropped. Like I remember coming home and catching Who Got the Props video right at the beginning as he's running past the gate on Video Music Box.
Yeah.
We had Video Music Box. We had Bobby Simmons. We had The Box.
Yes. You had to turn. Did you have the TV with two knobs?
Of course.
And you had to turn the top knob to you.
Yeah, of course.
And then the bottom knob, you had to turn to 68.
Of course. It might not have been 68. Y'all probably had 68 in Jersey. We probably had 76 or some other shit like that.
Right. So that was how we watched videos, y'all. And Who Got the Props was huge. It still is huge for me.
Nah, Who Got the Props That's the golden era right there. When Buck dropped that shit, I was like, oh wow. I was like, damn, that was, for me, that was the closest I ever known anybody that was doing music or in the hip hop industry. Besides my uncles and my dad was doing rock and roll and shit like that. But as far as what I was connected to, Buck was he was the set off point for that.
So he comes out, Black Moon takes off, and what are you guys doing?
Crime.
Robbery?
We doing a bunch of shit. Shit that
Not Steel. Steel doesn't do that. Steel didn't do that.
I was doing a lot of things that I asked Allah for forgiveness to this day. So, but I was boxing and
really
in the streets, just being a knucklehead.
Oh.
Doing dumbness that I had no business doing, and
then y'all said, "Let me get into this."
Nah, I didn't say that. I never wanted to be no rapper.
So
that's
the rumor
what Steel was doing.
The rumor is when y'all all came together and they would, I don't know, you didn't used to talk. They said they didn't know you talked because you wouldn't say anything.
I was a violent person. I was a violent person. Yeah, I just used to hurt people. That's all. I didn't talk because I would get teased for my voice.
Why?
Because they said it was a little monkey voice. It sounded like Mike Tyson. It was light, and I would be so, I don't want to say angry. Like you just said, you thought I was so mean and unapproachable.
That was recently though. That was
that's my protection.
Oh.
And I didn't. My voice was higher. Recently, really just got a little tone, bass to it, baritone to it. So my voice was wild, high, and squeaky. And for the shit I used to do to people, it didn't match. So then my ears used to be big. It was like I looked like a little monkey. My hair was mad curly in a fro. So I mean, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. But I'm here now, so it is. But I really talk a lot. But that wasn't the thing. I never really wanted to rap. Still was the MC. I was just security for him, really.
For Still?
Yeah. All I wanted to do was be an engineer. I just wanted to be behind the boards or just learn. Because like I said, my dad used to play. He used to play in bands that used to travel with James Brown, and he would sit in for people like that. And he would play bass, horn, and drums. My uncle, they was cutting little 45 records back in the days. Shorty Dog, my uncle from Baltimore. So my family was already musically inclined.
So you guys aren't Jamaican? Your family?
Nah.
Did you know that? What? Like, to me, y'all were both Jamaican.
We all have roots and ties in it, but my immediate family, my mom is from Virginia, my dad is from Baltimore.
So you are American. You're American.
I'm whatever.
You're whatever they call people that parents is from Virginia and Baltimore.
All through VA. Richmond, the beach, Norfolk. Yeah, I got family in Chesapeake.
All right,
Tidewater.
Because you would think that because you guys have such a heavy reggae influence in your music, and you flip your style in the middle of the song, and you just start speaking patois. Like, how do you mean?
Nah, because coming up in Brooklyn, that's all I was. I was always the youngest, hanging out with the older crowd, the OGs or whatever.
And that's how
everybody that I hung out with was dreads and rastas and was shit like that. And fucking dons and niggas that was getting money and sticker kids that had the drug dealer shit. My family always came from Brownstone, so that's all I knew. I would have to venture out of that neighborhood to go to Crown Heights or go to the Ville or up the block in the projects and hang out there, and I would be around that element. And
so
being
that's
in
how
Brooklyn, being in Brooklyn, still family is Jamaican. Yeah. I'm Jamaican from right by the beach, though. That's it. All right.
So y'all, I'm still trying to get, because I'm not getting the energy from you that we felt as fans of y'all coming together. Because when Boot Camp Click came out, what was your first introduction? Was on their album, on Boot Camp, on Black Moon's album.
Right. With who? You the Man.
Right. That was when we were introduced to y'all. Right. And back then, that's how you got introduced to everybody that's a part of a hip hop clique. You hear them, like, Nas. We heard Nas on Live from the Barbecue. We heard Q-Tip on the promo.
Right.
We heard y'all on this.
Mm-hmm.
On Black Moon's first album,
Right.
and then now we like anticipating who's that? What they gonna come out with?
Mm-hmm.
So then, did you guys already have stuff in the works at that point, or did you not? The Shining was already.
Hell no, Shining was. We didn't even have a song for the Shining when we was on the Black Moon album. We actually had to record while Black Moon was making that Into the Stage album in a studio. We would be there days and nights in, sleeping under the heavy blankets that you cover the grand pianos with. So from studio time at 10 in the morning, we wouldn't leave until 10 the next morning sometime. Or just breaking day in there recording. But we was learning the process of making music and recording music. So after Black Moon had their studio album release, we started recording in the Beat Miner's kitchen and basement, rest in peace, Mama Dugard. And we couldn't even smoke in the house. It was the middle of a fucking snowstorm. We would have to go across the street in the park and freeze our fingers and ass off,
shout out to the
rolling
Beat
up and
Miners.
smoking. Yeah, so that was our introduction into studio life, was with Black Moon Into the Stage. But we recorded our first shits in the Beat Miners studio home. And from there, it was, like they say, history.
So the first single that drops from SMIF and WESSUN is.
We had an A. At that time, we couldn't decide which single we wanted to drop. So we had an A side and we had a double A side, which was Let's Get It On and Bucktown.
Woo!
So
oh my
back
God!
in those times,
I wish I could play it. I could hit a bass right now. Like Let's Get It On.
Oh yeah, that was.
That's one of the songs that come on in the club, and the whole
Doom,
energy.
doom,
Oh
doom.
my gosh! Oh my gosh!
And then it got Rock's deep ass voice up there. Doom,
Yo,
doom, doom.
he adds flavor to every song, every boot camp click song. But the energy, when I heard "Let's Get It On," I said, "That's Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
That's Brooklyn." But
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys have a synergy that's unmatched. Like. The ad-libs, ad-libs really wasn't a thing back then. Like, you had them, but it wasn't like you had a signature one.
Right.
But it's just how y'all complimented each other. It was just, I love that song.
Yeah, that was what The Shining was about. Like,
The Shining is a cult classic for hip-hop. Like, do you get tired of talking about that?
hell no, that's what made us. That's why I'm here today.
Okay, so what was the second single?
Besides the A and double A, well, we did have a first single before that was called Nothing Moved But the Money. So about the cash. That was as they say, a white label that we had put out. What came after Bucktown? Was it thing? I think it was One Time.
Yeah,
I think it was One Time, and that was the video that was like the actual Shining that we had put together. Then we did. Then it was Soundboy Burial.
Oh my
after
gosh, that's, you gotta pause. That song is another cult classic. In Newark, New Jersey, when that song came on, people used to fight.
Shit, people used to fight all over when that shit came out and dropped.
That song is crazy.
When
Still
that
to this
dropped,
day.
that's
Still
probably
to this day.
That's like one of. I mean,
Do you love performing that song?
I love performing. Period.
Oh, okay.
Period. Any song it is. Just being different. Like you, when it comes to performing and you go to see a stage show, you don't just want to see, regardless if he's a dope MC or not, you just don't want to see nobody just standing there like, just doing what they do. So just to switch it up and seeing other people perform before us, things that they wasn't doing, like Still would climb on top of the. Still would find a way to get on these fucking beams up here and perform up there. So each of us, I'm not trying to, would not say outdo each other, but I would have to do something, and he would be like, "Oh shit, I got to do this now." And
I think the food is down there. So, okay, when y'all perform, Still.
Oh, hold on. And the way to hold them out is just some fly Gemini shit. Good.
When y'all perform, I do notice how Still is way over the top, and it's almost sometimes like you're watching him too.
I have to. That's I'm my brother's keeper.
It's almost like you like, damn, like that's what's so cool.
I'm still a fan of this shit.
That's what's so cool about y'all, because like all the love and the camaraderie, it comes through the music. All right, so back then you're coming out, you doing songs. Your shit is. How did you know that your song was just the shit? How did you know? How did that energy get put back into y'all?
The first time you heard it on the radio.
It was on what? Was it on Red Alert?
This was,
Molly
it
Mall?
might have been shit. It was on every station. Every station was playing Who Got the Props and Bucktown. That shit was all over the place. Seeing the videos and just seeing your peers and people you hang out with was like, oh shit, you was doing that shit for real? What am I seeing that? Yo, that's my shit. So I mean, once you start getting those praises and reviews from your friends and strangers, almost having an accident in the street and every car that's passing is blasting your songs out and they see you and you like, then you start picking it up like, oh, all right, that's, I wouldn't say famous. Like as you said, that's my shit. That's the shit right there.
So I want to talk about award shows. Back in the days, they had award shows. Y'all are nominated. The Source Awards was a big thing. If y'all remember, let's go back to the Source Awards, 1995. Suge Knight comes up there, and he's like, if you don't want to see your producer all up in your videos, Andre 3000 and them is up there. They like, the South got something to say. All this is going on, and y'all are sitting there because you guys were nominated in the same category as Outkast, right?
Yeah.
And they won. So bring us there, because that was an iconic moment in hip hop. And y'all, this is what I mean about how important y'all are to the culture. Because like, how many people that were there that night are still together, performing together today, are still putting out new music, and are still as passionate about the culture as you guys are? How many? Like, that's what I'm saying about how special you guys are. So bring us back to that night and tell us what your reaction was to all of that.
I remember that night like it was just an hour ago.
Really?
We both had on the army green body jump joints with the black Timbs looking crazy, the shades on, waves on spin. And we was nominated and we ain't win, yo.
And the whole, but this is what I want.
That shit almost erupted in that shit. It was wild fights that night in that shit.
But this is what I want people to understand, because I felt like people thought y'all should have won. Yeah. And the moment that got captured in time is the moment when Andre 3000 felt the heat and was like, yo, like, y'all don't have no love for us. But what y'all didn't understand was y'all were in New York, and like, these were like the kings in New York at the time.
I mean, that's
and they people were really upset.
I didn't. Yeah, I was hot too, but
I want people to understand that part of that energy that they were getting was because y'all lost.
So SMIF and WESSUN was supposed to take that trophy right there, but it's all good, man. So big up, respect to Outkast 3000. I mean, it's just, if it would have been on reverse, if they would have had him out here and we would have won, the town would have been mad too. So I don't blame it for that, but
so
I was tight that we didn't get that fucking win, though.
You were? Were you mad at them, or were you just mad?
I wasn't mad at them. I didn't even know them to be mad at them. I was enjoying their music. I listened to the Southern Cadillacs and all the music that they was putting out. I was just mad at the point that I fucking lost. It wasn't directed at Outkast or nobody like that.
But like the whole establishment.
Yeah, just the whole.
So y'all came out, SMIF and WESSUN, and they tried to sue y'all.
Yep, they tried to say we was confusing the consumers. They was trying to say the people wasn't smart enough to know the difference between music and guns, which is a fucking.
So you changed your name to the Cocoa Brothers. But that wasn't for long.
Nah, that wasn't for long, and that was, I think that was like a gift and a curse at the same time, because it took a minute for some people to make the correlation to
It
make
took me a minute.
to know that Smith and Wesson was
I mean,
Cocoa
I
Beans.
knew, but
Yeah, it
it was
just
just, it was like,
right
it
there.
was like,
Right.
what are y'all
But
doing?
at the same time, it built us a whole new fan base at the same time.
Really? Did you get more fans like that?
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of new fans and people that was fucking with us.
So
and
now-
still didn't even put it together until we switched it back to Smith and Wesson.
Because now, I sent him this article on Twitter. They're changing their name again, Smith and Wesson.
Who? The guy? Oh, they changed their shit already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because they almost went broke fucking around. They instead of embracing the culture and making it come together, they always try to separate us from. It has a lot to do with just society, the racial shit and everything.
Right.
You don't want to see another community come up and be well off or to have that generational freedom, to have that freedom to be able to do what they do and make sure family is straight and situated.
Like,
So-
if they have anything to do with that, they're like, fuck.
Right, yeah. So I'm not saying that the white man or this or is always trying to
just
keep your
them
foot on your
after
neck.
that,
It's just
yeah.
systematic racism that exists in the
Undeniable,
world.
right.
Right. So instead of making it come together, they try to separate it.
Speaking of you guys and politics and all that, you guys made a song with Raekwon,
Black Trump.
Black Trump. So after Trump gets, did you guys feel like, yo?
Nah, we made that record so long before Trump was even in office. And at that time, Trump was everybody's nigga. Everybody was fucking with him.
But
so.
do you think that kind of gave him a partial pass in the culture because people really did fuck with him, like back in the day when he was promoting boxes and stuff, because he was the money dude?
Yeah.
But do you look back at it like, I shouldn't have, or
Hell no.
really?
Hell no.
What if Trump called y'all like, yo, can I use this song in my campaign? If
It's different now with that shit, but
what if Trump hit y'all up like, yo, can I use your song? Because I'm having a campaign and
Nah, Trump ain't know nothing about us.
you don't think he ever heard that song?
Hell no, probably after office.
I
He
think
probably
he
had a hip person in there that was like, yo, you ever heard this Black Trump? And you're like, no. Hell no.
I think that he heard it. Or maybe not. So later on, you guys started doing solo project. Well, you did your solo project. So what is that like? Like, do you say, I'm about to do my own thing? Is it a hard like decision to make? Do you even have to let Still know, or do you just, he call you like, where you at? I'm in the studio making a whole new album by myself. Like, how does that conversation go?
Yeah, of course I get my brother's blessing. It's not, it's a respect thing. I don't, if I'm feeling a way, like the thing, all right, Smith and Wesson is two different individuals that you think is one and come together and perform as one and be as one, but we're actual two different individuals. He's day, I'm night. He's white liquor, I'm dark liquor. So there's a difference. The things that make us, I want to say, great to be in a partnership that I wouldn't change for the world. I wouldn't take no other partner because he speaks his mind, I speak mine. He does what he does, and I do what I do. And when it comes together, that's what makes it a perfect match relationship. So when I started doing Elamine the Dons, that was me. After I had took my Shahada, that was my Muslim name. That is my Muslim name, Elamine. So I was going through and experiencing different things than as I was with a group. Even though in a group, I'm still experiencing it. I just want to be able to put it out in a different way. Like there's certain songs or certain beats that he'd be like, I'm definitely not rhyming on that song.
Really?
Hell yeah. Vice versa. It'd be like, I don't want that shit. Not saying that it's corny.
But do you do it?
It's just a vibe.
so-
Sometimes I do it, sometimes you do it, or sometimes I gotta twist his arm, or sometimes we let it lay for a little bit, and then we come back to it. Okay. When you gotta break it down, or be like, yo, this could be this, or this could do that, and you be like, all right, you start thinking about it. Now it's a bigger picture because you want it You want to uplift the whole group. You want to. It ain't just about Smith and Wesson. It's still Boot Camp, still Black Moon, still Helter Skelter, still OGC. So everything got to be done in the right light to bring it back to where this shit all started from.
Do you does Mary J. Blige ever hit y'all up to do? What's so funny about this question?
Oh nah, I'm not laughing at the question, but nah, she don't hit me. I don't know if she is still. I never got a at mention. The one thing about Mary, I fuck with her though. She did say that was one of her very favorite.
Okay,
remixes.
we don't know if people even know what we're talking about. So
The I Love You remix
Yes.
to the Mary J. Blige.
So Mary J. Blige has
every
a song.
party going crazy, every barbecue going crazy.
Mary J. Blige has a song on My Life.